It was the thrill, I think. The thrill of meeting new people.
Oh, we all knew Dave. He instant messaged all of us. We were infatuated with him.
I think Casey just needed someone outside of her circle to talk to.
She didn't understand the danger. None of us did.
Hello, and welcome to Backspace. I'm Leah Kolosik.
And I'm Marin Tuttle, and we'll be leading you on this journey.
Tonight, we discover the story of a beautiful 7th grade honor student who had a not-so-secret love of the internet.
And the love she found, or thought she did. We'll be talking to Casey's closest friends, family, and everybody who was in on the story.
Tonight, Fallen Angel, the Casey Woody story.
I'm an angel sent from above to spread the world with lots of love. These were Casey Woody's words in a poem she wrote herself. She refers to herself as an angel, and that she was. She always looked out for others, and her father says, valued every relationship she made.
Was she ever troubled? Have any problems associating with the kids at school?
No, we lived a ways outside town, but she loved her friends. That's all that she was about.
So never any indication of obsession or fixation with the computer?
No, it was her easiest way to contact her friends. She loved them, and it was cheaper than long-distance phone calls, actually, with how far we were out.
Were there any signs of danger or fear?
No, she was so happy with the computer and her friends. She was safe, and she was perfect.
She was every parent's dream child, or so it seemed, until she developed an intense relationship online with a boy who may not have been as he appeared.
It was New Year's Eve. Most kids Casey's age were indoors watching the ball drop with their friends and family. Casey was with her friends at home as boredom struck the adolescents. So they decided to take a look online.
Tell me what happened on the computer that New Year's Eve.
We had nothing to do because we were young. Most people were out doing something fun, but we were stuck at Casey's house. So we decided to log on to her computer.
And what did you do on the computer that evening?
We wanted to do something exciting. Casey said chat rooms were pretty fun, so of course we all listened. We went into a Christian chat room, and that's where we met Dave. We figured since it was a Christian chat room, we'd be perfectly safe.
Tell me more about Dave.
Dave was every teenage girl's dream guy. He was sweet, handsome, a great listener. He messaged us, hey, and we clicked on his profile. That was that.
He was 17, a surfer boy from California. We were all mesmerized.
It was the thrill, I think. The thrill of meeting new people.
Casey and Dave grew closer by the minute, sharing countless chats from the moment she got home. Getting on the computer was her new favorite part of the day now that she had a new best friend. But they also shared something deeply personal in common.
Casey's mom died in a car crash, and she thought she had no one to turn to until Dave opened up about his personal life. His aunt, who lived in Casey's home state, Arkansas, was slowly dying of breast cancer.
Tell me how you would interpret Casey's online behavior.
For Casey, the internet was the emotional release she needed. Someone close in age who understood a death in the family.
Why did she need it?
She needed someone outside of her circle to talk to counsel her in a way.
On top of instant messaging, Casey and Dave started talking on the phone, and it became a nightly routine.
Casey Woody's online adventures were not exclusive to Dave, however. She had also met a 14-year-old boy named Scott, who she thought was cute. The two began messaging frequently.
She was torn between both boys, so she turned to an old junior high game. The letters of each boy's name were assigned a number, and whoever had the highest total would win. Scott came out on top.
Dave knew about Casey and Scott, but he didn't seem to be too bruised by it, and they kept talking on the phone all the time.
Did you ever have any suspicion, any red flags?
When she said he was 18.
18?
Yeah, it had been his birthday, and it just kind of set off alarm bells, you know. He was a legal adult, and she was still in junior high. I told her to cut it off.
Just like that?
Just like that. I had no idea how deep she was.
It was around this time that things began to get odd.
Tell me more about your last sleepover at Casey's house.
We were there alone, which was no big deal. Most of the time we were there by ourselves.
And what did you do when you were all alone?
Face masks, makeovers, stuff like that.
What was different about this time?
It was dark outside. We were just in our living room, trying out something new. Then all of a sudden, there was this creak coming from the kitchen. There was this board in there, and only a heavy enough weight could make it creak. And it was loud, like it was an adult.
What do you guys think it was?
We didn't know. There wasn't supposed to be anyone in the house that night, but there was. We were sure the house was empty.
I overheard her asking some of her friends to stay the night, which was weird to me because it was a school night.
What was Casey like in the classroom?
She was a very good student with a bright future. She was on the honor roll and she always had someone to talk to.
So exactly how social was she?
She had two really good friends and they seemed really close to each other. I always saw them chatting in the hallways.
Was there ever a point you were worried about her?
No, not really. I guess the week she went missing, she seemed a little bit quieter than usual, but I didn't think anything of it because I just thought she was having a few off days.
Casey returned home after school that evening, and as usual, she went online to chat with her friends. She and Scott were flirting back and forth until suddenly she stopped responding.
Casey's brother swung by the house that evening to grab a snack before returning to his night classes, but then he noticed something was odd. Casey's shoes and coat were there, but she was not. Next on Backspace, a missing girl, an open chat room, the frantic search, and the horrible discovery.
I'm okay, thank you.
No thanks. So, do you have any pets?
Yeah, I have a cat. Do you want to see him?
Yep. Do you have a picture of them?
This is Princess.
I should go.
Has dating become a catastrophe for you because you can't find someone with the same values as you? Here at Personals, we strive to help you find that special someone.
Hey, how'd your date go?
Not good. I tried to show him Princess and he walked out.
I'm sorry. You've got to be kidding me. Aren't you on Personals?
No, what's that?
Well, it's a dating website for cat lovers, where cat lovers meet and greet.
So if you're ready to find the perfect match, log on to personals.com and get started today.
Welcome back to Backspace. Casey's brother has just realized that Casey has gone missing, and there isn't a trace of her anywhere.
What did you notice first when you came home?
I was used to coming home and seeing Casey on the computer. She'd work on homework or talk with her friends. But that night I came home and she wasn't there. She wasn't in the house at all. I figured she might have gone out for a walk, but her jacket and glasses were on the floor. Her glasses were even broken. It just didn't sit right.
What was your first step after finding out that Casey Woody went missing?
We took action immediately. We interviewed all her friends and family to see who our possible suspects could be. They mentioned a boy named Scott, who she had been in an online relationship with.
And what'd you find out about Scott?
Scott was a 14-year-old boy living in Florida, just like he had said online. He didn't even know Casey had been abducted, just that she suddenly stopped talking to him.
What came after talking to Scott?
Her friends informed us of a man named Dave that she had become very close to online. Right away, he was very suspicious. We checked local hotels and motels for anyone registered with that name.
And did you find him?
We did. We were able to find a man named David Fuller staying at a cheap hotel in the middle of nowhere. We talked to the front desk lady, and she was able to give us his credit card information, and we were able to trace down his purchases.
What did you learn about that?
He had rented a storage unit that got us all worried. We all rushed down to the storage unit, and what we saw next, it was horrific.
It is difficult to imagine the terror going through Casey's mind. The fear and confusion would have been like nothing she had ever experienced before. The fantasy perfect boyfriend on the screen was now the monster in real life. This was not the Dave she was expecting.
When we got there, I knew it was the place.
What told you that was the place?
The door was unlocked and closed. No one would leave a storage unit like that.
What was behind the door?
When we stormed the room, we heard a gunshot and found Dave dead on the floor.
And Casey?
She was dead. She was dead.
Investigators later confirmed that Dave had shot Casey hours before the police had even arrived, after he abducted her and sexually assaulted her in the storage unit. But this is not where her story ends.
Gone but never forgotten, Rick Woody would later establish the Casey Woody Foundation, which would help educate the public and parents about the risks of the internet. To get more information, go to caseywoody.com or email Rick at caseywoody.com.
Thank you for watching Backspace. We want you to stay safe online.
I'm an angel sent from above. Casey wrote these words about herself, and they were true. Apparently, this world was too cruel for Casey, and God decided to pick up one of his roses to take home. I'm Marin.
And I'm Leah. Thank you for watching Backspace. Stay safe.